And welcome to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. That's right. So, I'm just going to talk for a minute. Like I said, man, today was it was a lot, man. You know what I mean? It was a lot of hard work, man, but it was worth it, and I don't know, it just was an amazing day all around, you know what I mean? Clearly I'm making a lot of progress, man. I'm kind of picking up the pace with everything I'm doing here. I'm liking how it's going. I'm liking where I'm at. Um, Let me look at that next check amount real quick and let y'all know that real quick. Hold up real quick because I know they in their feelings already. Yeah, we're up over 75 bucks already for that next check. And like I said, I mean, we all can see what's going on here. We can see the obvious, you know what I mean? The truth echoes for all of time and, the truth is just endless. It's always there, And in this situation and, in this reality, I happen to be the truth. So, like I said, I mean, number one, I think I'm ready for an off day. I think that's definitely needed. Um, I mean, the level of activity I'm doing, I'm training harder than Olympic athletes at this point, probably by far. And I'm very sore, like very. Um, it just comes along with it, comes along with the territory, comes along with this project and everything that I'm working on, everything I'm doing. Um, like I said, I mean, I'm literally limitless. So as far as all this is kind of easier now. It's kind of on autopilot because we already know what we got to do. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have the phone bill come up next month on the 5th. Hopefully we can get the public to try to cover that for me for a month. That would be nice. I mean, I've paid it by myself every single month now for years, which says a lot about me, says that I'm on top of my responsibilities and I'm a grown man, right? So that's my thing, you know what I mean? And other than that, like I said, my time is precious, man. You know what I mean? My time is precious, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that, a lot of folks just don't understand. Like, I got women trying to holler at me and trying to talk to me like already, you know what I mean, without me even trying. And you know, I don't know, man, like I mean, it just is what it is. Like for me, my time is precious, man. Like, I'm real big on that, bro. I'm real big on that and I'm real big on respect. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I can't I'm not gonna invest my time in anything that, has sideshow theatrics along with it or games or lies. You know what I mean? I just don't invest my time into stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I know, I just know how I operate and I know what I tolerate and what I don't. You know what I mean? And with me, I want somebody to keep it real with me 1,000% of the time. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is like I'm like a human lie detector at this point. I can read minds. So if someone's not being honest with me about something or they're presenting a fake persona and they just have an agenda and what they want, I see through it already. That's why a lot of it just, it just doesn't work out, with me. And I'm cool with that because that's the thing. Other folks will entertain that. Other folks will waste all their time, waste 5, 10 years. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times they want to talk to me and they want to it takes up a lot of time. Like, you want to talk and not talk about anything and not have a conversation that's going anywhere. Like I'm grown, bro. I'm 36. I'm gonna be 40 in 4 years. I'm aging backwards. I'm not concerned, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, I feel like people should just acknowledge reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's kind of common sense. I don't think it needs to be explained. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like they always want to act like they don't understand reality or they don't know they role or they position. They want to act aloof, like they don't understand what's going on, but they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like I can see through all that and I see past the veil and it's like I'm all good on that. I'm okay because like me, I'm just a very serious individual. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, I don't have time for games. I don't have time for game playing energy. I don't got time for anything except what's serious and what's real. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like I'm gonna know when somebody's really keeping it real with me, you know. And that's the thing, like I'll be listening to them talk and I can already hear they making up stories and they turning stories around and you know what I mean, to make the story look different, to basically kind of glorify them and make them the hero or make them look like something they're not. And that's what I've noticed 9 times out of 10. It's like it's basically like wearing a mask, right? It's half the point of all this. See, that's the thing with me, man. Like when I put on that mask, that you know, when I put on that mask, that Batman mask, I get to really be myself. That's what people don't understand. Like, and I've got different sides of me. Like, I'm really sensitive and emotional. I'm a good person. Really, that's myself. But it's another side of me that's very real, and it's always been there, and it's definitely me. You know, and I would say it's pretty much the real me. And like I said, it doesn't have any limits. You know, and it just it really feels like my true form. It just feels like I'm able to really express myself the way that I want to express myself. And that's the thing, it makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? I mean, no, it's common sense. I've been through a lot. You see how folks try to talk to me. You've seen how folks have acted. You've seen all the games, antics, theatrics. You've seen everything that's happened and transpired. I'm a human being, bro. See, my job is not, I don't owe anybody anything. My job is to myself. My job is to make sure I'm doing right by myself and everybody's doing right by me. So me, I mean, who wouldn't feel the way that I do? You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, like I mean, all that fury, passion, rage, anger, frustration, all that pent up frustration, you know, just like Bruce Lee said, any time that you feel like that, it has to come out. Bruce Lee said that himself. He said, and it's true because it's healthy, and that's why I use these outlets, and it's a very healthy outlet for me. And I still believe to this day that that's why most so-called women are always in a foul, bad mood because most of them don't exercise. I truly feel that. I think that's one of the biggest flaws in society, and that's the thing. They just sitting around all day and they got nothing to do. I mean, that's anyone, bro. Anyone, because then your thoughts are all over the place and your thoughts are racing, and you just can't get it together. Can't get right, and you're not being productive. I heard one so-called woman the other day. She said it's hilarious, man. And like you can see the demeanor change immediately. Like, good. I hope you listen to the program. Honestly, I really hope you hear me and what I have to say because I'm very direct and like I can always see like people's character. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these folks ain't doing nothing. They ain't making no moves. They ain't doing nothing. They're not being progressive, nothing, but they always have something to say. But yet I'm always progressing and I'm living real life, and everything about me, the way I look, what I've been through, it all echoes that I'm living real life and I'm living faster than anyone. So that's the thing. I got so much life experience and I've been through so many different experiences and that nobody could handle. It just makes me a certified genius, man. And it was just hilarious because she was just sitting there basically, and didn't want to go anywhere or do anything. And she's like, every day it's the same thing. When I go over there and I listen for 2 seconds, it's like, what was it? Yeah, I mean, like basically the highlight of her day is where she's gonna go get something to eat. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I think I want Starbucks. I think I want this. Like, yeah, and you're just gonna go drive in a car on payments that clearly the parents paid for, right? And then you're gonna go pay for your meal with money that came from your parents, and you can see the entitlement, right? And then you're talking about this is how I make my money, but you're like, I mean, literally, I mean, they're not making any money over there. I mean, I'm talking about they're not even making a dime. So if that's how you make your money, then you might need a career change, don't you think? And this was the same individual who was saying, oh no, when they asked, because they ask all these so-called women, are you single, whatever, this and that, and they all have the same answer. And it's like, what did she say? She said, no, nobody's good enough. Well, that's crazy because I'm right here in front of you, and I spoke to you, and I could care less, honestly, legitly. But I just think that's crazy to say when clearly, I mean, we spoke for a minute, and I mean, if you had paid attention, right, and you saw my career and what I do and what I look like and how I'm built and my work ethic and how I'm everything anybody would want to be and what anyone would aspire to be, and I'm the only real man who ever existed. I would say that I'm not just good enough. When you say nobody's good enough, I mean, that sounds right there like a very pompous, egotistical statement to say that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Because it would be assuming that you're on some kind of untouchable level and, reality check, right? I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, when folks talk, it's like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I mean, I really would like to know, like, who exactly do you think that you are? And then they'll project. I mean, the other day, like I said, they had one talking about something about, what did she say? Like, and I just responded today and came right back with something to say. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be in that energy, and I'm very patient. Like, I don't want to be in an energy at all like that. I want to be in a peaceful, calm energy. So when folks talk to me, however they speaking to me, like, I just alchemize and ignore that because I want to be at peace. I'm going to be calm. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, when you got folks, if they speaking, they need to, speak to you with respect. They need to speak to you from their heart with love and care and just be human. And you could just see the trend in this new age society. It's a joke, and everybody's on social media and talking for free. And you got folks that because they've done a little bit of internet research or got online, now they think they're a guru and an expert. And I mean, you ain't me. I mean, like I said, and then you're sitting there and it all sounds good, and you're talking about, well, what are we going to do? I mean, I can answer that. Absolutely nothing, because that's what all of them do. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, the entire new generation, everyone talks about and knows the truth, right? And about all the millennials, that I mean, they're never going to do or accomplish anything. All they do is talk. That's the truth. That's the truth that people don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? That's the elephant in the room. Real talk. So I mean, nothing's going to change. That's what I'm saying. That was the highlight of this person's day, right? Every day it's the same highlight. And they said, and she said, "Yeah, that's being productive, going and getting coffee." That's not being productive. It's being sheltered, honey. See, that's the thing. They all want to, not face reality. Oh, I'll deal with it another day. I'll do the right. I mean, if that's the highlight of your day, I mean, you can't be serious. I mean, clearly you need to make a change. Clearly you need an entire adjustment to everything you're doing. And then folks wonder why I went through hell in the past and went through so much. Because, like I told you, none of these folks want to get up and work. They want to sit there and mooch off of me and my hard work and my money, and they don't want to contribute a penny or a dime, and they just want to sit there, and then had the audacity to even go further than that. Then they want what I got and what I worked for. Hell no. See, that's the thing. Like, nah, bro, what's mine is mine. Go get your own, straight up. I work hard for what I got. See, that's the thing I noticed about them. They love to talk. They talk up. They talk a whole lot. They want to talk, right? I mean, you got to be good at talking first of all, because the minute I open my mouth, I'm gonna get whatever I want. I got $1 million mouthpiece for real on me, honey. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to understand. I got all the options. People wanted to talk about options. I never looked at it like that because I'm a very human, good person, and I treat people in a great humane way, you know, with love and care, everyone. But at this year in 2026, I'm at the point where it's on autopilot. I'm always treat people right with love, care, and respect, and you know, like a human being. But I'm also getting real smart and realizing this other generation. I mean, you could just see what they on and how they move. You know, so my deal is like this is like a business. Like, I mean, you know, it's like being on the roster of the team. Like, you know, I decide who's on my roster, who's on my team, right? And I make all the decisions over here. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how you think you look. It don't matter. It's about what are you bringing to the table to offer me. That's the thing. And again, so-called women is who made it like that. So what's up? I didn't make it like that. Y'all did. Can you imagine saying something like that and like and really believing like what? So label what is good enough because all my ex-girlfriends, they all said I was too good. See, it's always an excuse to justify their behavior. It's always an excuse to manipulate and try to basically, you know, weasel their way out of accountability or making sense, coherent sense. That's it. And that's all I ask for. You know what I mean? Is folks to make coherent sense. Why would I want to deal with or talk to anybody or have, you know, or even waste my time talking to someone if they can't make coherent sense? Is that not a valid question? Batman is progress. Like I said, ran the Batman project out of my pocket for 3 years. You see the point I'm at, right? You see I'm already unstoppable, right? You see how ripped I am. You see how huge I'm getting. You see it's just pure muscle, pure strength. You see I got superhuman strength. You see the martial arts. I mean, like I said, I didn't even give up on the armor suit and literally made it work today. I mean, that's a big deal for me because I mean, that's my money maker. Just like the bulletproof vest I paid over $10,000 for is my moneymaker, and the steel armor I paid thousands of dollars too. So, I mean, I got 7 bikes in inventory, all $200 to $300 each. I paid $1,300 for my bat cycle and fixed it 2 or 3 times because I'm out here doing the real thing. People can say what they want, but I mean, it's pretty cool because I'm the real deal, you know, in reality. And I've gotten a lot done, you know. I've gotten a lot done. I've changed a lot, and I've helped, and I've saved lives and saved people. And that's what I'm saying. Like no. When folks talk, they need to make sense. You know. So again, you know, getting a cup of coffee from your local Starbucks is not being productive, honey. And this is the truth. And I'm going to take it even further. I'm going to say this too. Going online and begging, which is what all of them are doing, and majority of them on the internet are doing, is not making a living or working hard or hustling or even making real money. It clearly doesn't work. That's why you have to keep doing it. See, me, what I'm doing is actually working. It may be real slow, but it's steady. I'm moving at a snail's pace, at a turtle's pace. I'm the tortoise in the race between the tortoise and the hare. I'm in no rush. That's the thing. They want to act like there's a game going on that's just not there. Just like folks want to act like it's a different situation. Like I'm a grown man. This is reality now. You understand? This is not. you know, I'm not in high school. I'm not even in college right now. I'm a grown man, and this is reality. And I've paid too many bills. I paid 8,500 in land taxes. I've ran estates out of my own pocket for a year. I sold 50-acre properties for over $100,000. I've had bank accounts with over $300,000 in them. I have survived the impossible time and time again. Right now I own billions in equity, mansion estate over 2,000 in jewelry, 530 on my wrist, got you pissed, mineral rights, oil royalties, and my own car lot. I pay over $100 for it every single month. I said oil royalties if you didn't hear me correctly. So I don't understand. I mean, like folks want to talk, but you have no idea what I own. And it's kind of like Tyler Durden said, like, I'm out here, you know, building what? I'm building empires, literally. I've got the entire infrastructure already set up to do this project in a whole nother city, right? And I have the entire infrastructure built to expand from there. And I can expand so easily by just talking. I just need the money. And I understand that money's not easy to come by, especially right now. We're in the middle of the Great Depression. I'm looking at these folks, I'm seeing everything falling apart. There's tons of arrests being made right now. The truth is starting to come out. And I told you that, I'm walking karma. I told you that I would be the guy that brought true justice. I told you that. This was all because of me, partner. I hope that all these folks on this network and out in these streets understand it. And some of them do, because I'm seeing their reaction. It's just funny to me because every time that these folks show me their reaction to all the work I've put in and the results I'm getting, they're always running away while they're trying to say something. And I'm not even joking. I'm being for real. Like, coach, I got him shook. I really, really run the streets. Coach, I got him shook, coach, for real. Mhm. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm the real deal, and these people don't get, like, I didn't just build a lifestyle. I mean, I built a whole future. I built an empire already. Like, this is going to be how I live always. This is a way of life. You understand? And it's just pure power and dominance, and it's just absolutely amazing on another level. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, why do these folks act like they're someone they're not, or act like they're on some untouchable level? I mean, you're being provided for. Most of these folks, their parents pay for everything. You haven't even gone out in the world and tried to make something of yourself or build a career or build a future. You have absolutely no life experience because y'all don't even go outside. You're wasting your time sitting in the same rooms, talking to the same people. Most of these so-called women get in groups and they just, go spend time together, and they're not doing anything. They're not being productive. Like, you're grown. I mean, if you're grown, you shouldn't be spending your time just sitting around. I thought this was understood. If you're grown, you're supposed to be working. If you're grown, you're supposed to be trying to build a future and build a business and looking for a man so that you can build with him. And that's what I'm saying. They don't have any drive. They have horrible taste. I mean, that's clear as day. And it's just like, why would they keep talking like a man, which I'm the only real man who ever existed? Like for me, let's just talk about me, because I mean everything else is irrelevant because I ain't other people on me, right? I don't know what other folks do, but I'll tell you one thing: I ain't going out my way for nobody this year, and at any point in the future. I'm not doing anything for anyone. I'm not going out my way. It's like Cameron said, that's just something I won't do this year because it don't make any sense for me to do that, especially at this point in the game. I own my own record label. All my companies that keep ideas, Cashless Bang Records. I outperformed every major record label a long time ago with my old label, right? Financially, without even selling a record. And before that, I sold millions of units, physical copies, CDs, records, my own records. Mhm. Like I said, 16 years old, I was already a millionaire, right? College, I was a college dropout turned multimillionaire. In college, I stopped going to class. I didn't buy any books because I understood that it was a circuit, right? And in my opinion, I basically think it should be considered, whatever, because it's just not right. And they want you to sell back the books. I mean, that's like you're trying to make money off of folks, and that's just not fair, and it's not right. You're taking advantage, and that's the whole thing. I mean, even if you go to college and you get a degree, the degree is just a piece of paper. It means nothing, right? And now you're in debt, a lot of debt. You understand? And that's the thing. I mean, what they're creating is not anything but the same thing, same situation that Kobe Bryant was in, same situation Michael Jordan is in. Starting to catch the drift. None of these folks can say anything. The truth is that none of these folks are free, and then they want to talk and say we like we're all part of it. I have to correct these folks. They're still saying that there's people who control something. No, they don't. They only have control over you if you allow them to. So you speak for you. They don't run anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Masons are poor and broken. They have no money. Okay, I've already proven all the facts. I'm who does this for real and has a radio career doing it. So you would think that folks on social media, anywhere I go, would have some respect and pay homage and understand who's in the building and who's talking. because I got so much clout, and I mean street clout in the street for real. And then on top of it, with all this internet stuff, and none of my clout comes from the internet. It's all real and it's tangible. It's in the streets, it's in reality. But guess what? When I get on the internet, that clout matters. You see what I'm saying? You can't get clout on the internet. You got to earn clout. You got to earn clout in the street. So that's what I'm saying. Like, folks want to talk, but like, what is we talking about? Like I said, they gonna conversate and talk, and just like the one dude said, he put it perfectly. He said, you're gonna basically repeat the same cycles and do the same things forever because you're operating from a basis of what? Being devoid of knowledge, a lack of knowledge, and I'm operating from a basis of facts, and that's what makes me the most powerful radio show host almost of all time, if not of all time at this point, because of who inspired me to do radio, which I've already named and mentioned a million times, and we all know, and the fact that I do the same thing. I spit documented fact that cannot be refuted. These folks are way behind. They're light years behind, millenniums behind. They want to talk about the Epstein files. I called out every name pretty much that was on the Epstein files, apparently. I mean, decades beforehand. So how am I this smart that I already knew what everyone was doing? Because all the Masons do it. They all practice the same thing. It's everything I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stand up for what's right. I'm trying to protect the youth. I'm trying to protect our people and trying to protect people in this world. Everybody. I don't care where folks are from. I'm going to protect them, period. It's just a necessary thing. Like, we need it. We need a Batman. It's that simple. And this is not a time to be playing games and playing around. And that's what I'm saying. All them folks have resources. Why are you online begging when you have money being provided to you? If your parents are giving you free money and you're provided for and taken care of and you good, you don't got to worry about nothing. Why would you not be a part of what I'm doing and invest in me and pay me and donate and show some support? See, I'm not interested in talking to so-called women until so-called women want to pay me. If you ain't putting no money in my pocket and you literally have money, what is we talking about? Every time they have the same excuse. It don't matter if you in another country, anywhere in the world, you can pay me. Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo are worldwide as far as I know, right? So what is we talking for if folks is going to try to lead me on and act like they running game when you ain't got no game? That's crazy to me. You feel me? They all getting right in front of me. I mean, dudes do it too. They all get right in front of me, and I just don't have time for it anymore. They all want to get right in front of me and talk about these concepts that I really am the real thing and come from, and I'm it. It doesn't get no realer than me. The pecking order is me at the top. There's nobody even slightly close to me in this world. Do you understand that? And I got all the wealth, which makes me amazing because there was no way I should have all the wealth. I shouldn't have all the equity. I shouldn't have won. They played every trick in the book, and I was always in the street and always in the middle of everything. So how the hell did I make it to this point? I wasn't supposed to make it this far. I shouldn't even be here. And how did I accomplish so much? All because of God. So that's my point, man. People talk a lot. Talk is cheap. I mean, proof is in the pudding. Put up what you talking about. Like, I don't see, we in the middle of the Great Depression. Folks ain't gaining assets right now. Folks are not buying real estate or buying homes. Folks ain't flipping properties. People can say what they want. Just because you making money doesn't mean that you doing well. It doesn't mean that you ahead of anybody, because folks like me are so smart. We ran circles around everyone. I'm talking about, like, I ran circles around everyone financially, including the Illuminati that I completely defeated. I defeated a male and female witches coven. I defeated the entire Bavarian Freemasons. And these little homies is online discussing the Masons and talking about that the Illuminati still runs something. When did they run anything? Do you know anything about what you're talking about? It's a spiritual complexity, brother. All it has to do with is what I've already explained. Everything is about God. At the end of the day, everything is spiritual. So what are you talking about? God is in control. And then that's what I'm saying. Then they say some crazy stuff that is outlandish and makes no sense. And I can hear immediately that that's a lost soul and they lost. So I got to stop listening at that point and walk away. It's all good to me until you start going that direction. And then at that point, I got to walk away from the conversation. I ain't got to correct you or say nothing to you because, like I said, folks are lost. That's what it is. You know what I mean? They don't even understand how real God is, and I do. So that's my point. Like, man, if God with me, who can be against me, homie? You feel me? What I'm kicking is real. I'm living it every day in front of you. I've proven all my points. God proved all these points for me. I didn't have to do nothing. So that's all I'm saying, bro, is like people want to talk, but like I said, I got, properties for everything somebody can say. Real talk. Like T.I. used to try to say, but he didn't own no properties because he's a Mason too. All of them are in the same boat. None of them have anything. If you're a Mason, you are already in debt. Okay. They're operating out of debt like most of this country and world. I don't know what you're talking about. Just because folks are making money somewhere doesn't mean they're rich. It doesn't mean they're ahead of me. In fact, none of them are close to me. You could take anywhere. I'm talking about even Dubai that they try to act like is so rich. There ain't nobody in Dubai that's ahead of me. Literally, I own more equity as of right now than anyone in Dubai. Seriously. And I'm not joking. And I don't even have to pay for it majority of the time. hmm So what are you talking about? I got access to buildings worth billions of dollars, brother. I can expand this anytime I want. You don't know who I am. You don't know anything about me. And sure, you can try to minimize it. You can try to put it in your literal way of how you look at the world and say, oh, well, that's funny. And you're just fronting and this. And no, I'm not. I really, really have my own deals worked out, just like I create my own business mergers. And people love me and people hold me down and know what I'm doing and what I'm about. So you think I can't expand that more? I can get anyone and any organization and everybody involved in what I'm doing. Do you understand that? I can go, I'm going to get to the point where I start speaking at schools and universities, colleges, all sorts of schools and everything. And I'm going to be able to speak and talk about God and my testimony because I'm the greatest testimony of all time. So I'm going to be able to get everything involved. There's going to be colleges and universities that want to get behind me and back me and sponsor me. There's going to be companies that want to sponsor me. You can already see that we're sponsoring and we're literally promoting and selling products, are we not? Right in front of you. Yep. All the companies in the US and the world, right? Corporate America, I'm who single handedly is dismantling it in front of your eyes. But not only that, I'm also capitalizing and rebuilding the new corporate America, right? Where I'm the boss, basically. And it's not the new corporate America because I would never represent corporate America. What I'm building is the kingdom of God. You understand? So, like I said, at the end of the day, folks can tell themselves what they want. Like I'm so sore, it's unreal, bro. Like I said, like physically, I'm pushing, past my own limits, and I have no limitations, bro. Batman has no limits, is the truth. And like I said, it's amazing for me because I just keep on progressing and advancing. So if I can do what I'm doing physically, then I know I can do what I'm doing, and I know I can build that bat pod myself, and I know I can build the tumbler and all that stuff. I want to get where I can build tanks. I know 100% it's possible. See, there's folks right now that work for the military that drive tanks, right? They drive tanks. hmm Yeah, and they'll be like in the second position. I know how everything works in the world, man. And my point is, that's cool. Sounds like a kind of cool job, but I mean, do you really have freedom and can you really be independent and make your own decisions? No. I don't care what no one says. It's still control and manipulation. You understand? And that's my thing. I think individualistic thought, and they don't like that. They're not a fan of that, and that's not what they teach. They don't want you standing up for yourself. They don't want you to be brave and know that you're there for you. My point is, yeah, some folks they drive tanks for a living, but they don't own the tank. Me, I think I truly believe God is going to give me so much money. And I've been in positions where I could buy my own tank, and I almost did, right? And I just decided to buy other stuff and different cars and stuff. But my point is, I think God is going to give me so much money this time around that I am going to be able to buy tanks. But my point is, like I said, some folks work for the military and they drive tanks, right? Just because that's their job, but they don't own the tank. What if I could get to the point, which is what I'm studying and why I'm learning mechanical engineering, which can expand and extend into anything, right? My point is, what if I get to the point where I can build my own tanks? And it's obvious that I could get to that point because I'm a genius and I pick up everything real quick. It's just like the dude told me today. He said, the wording he used, I'm not going to repeat. It's the same as my little at name on here. And that's what he said about my kicks. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, I just learned all that recently from scratch. I've never done it at any point. I knew how to do a couple of kicks. I invented some of my own, but I was never at this level. And you see how much progress I made. You see how I'm like flying in the air. Do you understand? Even on here, they have a quota. So I've already met it for the day because, I've been working hard, right? So, I mean, I'm, doing a lot. I'm uploading a lot. I got a lot of videos and content that's going out all the time, right? So, like right now, if I want to, I can't put anything else out. That's why I was like, let me do a live stream because that'll help me still. You know what I'm saying? But that means I'm on point. That means I'm working very quickly, very fast, and I'm being extremely productive. That's being productive, not waking up and just laying in bed all day and talking about, yeah, I don't know if what I want to eat or where I want to go get breakfast or should I go get a coffee. And that's the highlight of your day. And you're talking to dudes who are 3 feet tall and don't have no knowledge to offer you. And that's why I keep telling you, I'm giving you the game for free, but millennials and other generations and people don't want to listen. You get as far as the people you talk to for no reason. Again, if you knew your worth and if what you're saying is true, right, that whatever, you're so great and you're on this pinnacle of heights and nobody's good enough and nobody's at your level, then I mean, isn't that contradictory? Because I mean, I've seen the dudes that you talk to, and this is everyone, I mean, and all so-called women, the dudes you talk to are always the ones who can't hold a candle to me. They don't look anywhere near like me. I look better than all of them, just like I look better than all these so-called women. They don't move like me. They're not gangsters. They're not thugs. They're not moving around hard body. They don't run the streets. I run every block. They're not me. They don't own the things I own. I got items cost over 4 G's. I paid for everything cash. My hustle is off hard work. I work hard for every dime I get. I earn my money the right way. I make an honest, decent, hard-earned living. And I'm a country boy and a grown man. It should be no reason. I don't care if I'm in the valley or where I'm at. There should be no reason why I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not complaining. I'm not whining. I haven't been looking for one. This entire time, this 3 years, I knew that I was in a period of stagnation. God alienated and isolated me for a reason so he could work on me. But my point is, when these women start coming out the woodwork, which they're about to majorly right now, especially considering that I'm getting famous, it don't work like that. That's the bulletin board news I have to say. You understand? Public service announcement. It don't work like that. It's not, oh, you're famous now. And women are trying to holler at me that don't know I'm famous. So that's good. That's what I want. I want people to talk to me that don't even know I'm famous. Because that's not the game we're about to start playing. I'm too real for that. So that's what I'm saying. You don't wait till, oh, I'm famous and oh, now you can acknowledge me. Now you can speak to me and talk to me. And I'm telling you, in my future, I can already see it happen. And I can't wait for those moments because all the women who always acted like I never existed when I literally was created for you in this image, perfect for you. I mean, literally created for you. That's a sad, real thing. And God created me just for you. And you can't even appreciate and have any love for what was intended and created for you and an actual angel in front of you. That don't make no sense. What world are we in, bro? What world are we in where people are under demonic hypnosis so bad that they have an angel in front of them, an actual literal angel, and can't be thankful or grateful and even pay attention for 5 seconds? Folks have an attention span that literally, like, I don't even understand. Like, it's crazy, bro. It doesn't make any sense. The angels out here performing miracles in broad day in front of everyone, okay? And literally is changing everything to the point that everyone has to pay attention, right? Because I'm a literal real angel. And you got these folks, and that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine women? How can you not cater to that? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what are women now? Because any woman I knew back in the 60s, 70s, even though, we understand the reality of that, but what I'm saying is, even in the 80s, 90s, even in, 2000s, I mean, what woman, if they found out and realized, man, that's an actual angel in front of me I'm talking to, who with a heart wouldn't want to talk to that person? Who would not want to talk to an angel? I don't understand. Like, I don't know what folks is talking about. I really don't. Like, I'm really a God's gift to the world and to women. And I just think that it's sad because I'm gonna keep on kicking when I'm kicking, and I love how y'all try to take it and put it in a different point of view. But your point of view is jaded, slanted, and it doesn't exist. So everything they say doesn't exist. Just remember, folks, and again, I make a career off of talking about their mistakes and mishaps. I love it. Are you starting to get the point how sick with it I really am? Are you starting to get the point how far ahead of everyone I am, just like I told you? Man, I'm so far ahead of everybody, it's unreal, bro. I'm 8 million moves ahead of everyone. Straight up. That's why he told that dude, he told him in the depiction, he said, don't make me your competition. You haven't had to go through the things I've gone through. You haven't been in the positions I've been in. See, that's what life is about, being in different positions and learning how to compete with the best and still, and defeat the best and win. That's what life's about, competing. When you have a lot of money, if you're a real human and a person, you compete. You don't hold money. I don't know what y'all are talking about. And no one on this platform has any money. So I don't want to hear the money talk anymore. I don't. You understand? I'm good. I ain't trying to hear none of it. That's what I'm saying. If folks want to talk money, talk it with someone else, because I clearly am not the guy you should be talking money with, because I'm the one who made and spent more than your entire government. I've proven all these concepts already. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't need to go over them again because the public can't catch up. Man, get real, bro. I understand. I be in the street, in the hood, and ghettos, bro. I move around like a gangster. It's different. It's different. We're not the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate people who show support. I appreciate the people who love me. I appreciate the people who are fans. But a lot of stuff just be whatever to me. You know what I mean? It's just like when you see I'm busy, right? Folks will just stand there and they just be, lingering in my energy, just standing there like, what is you standing in front of me or around me for? Like, first of all, I'm waiting for you to move so I can go do what I need to do. Because, like I said, it's just common sense, and that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, folks just being stagnated energy, bro, and they feel entitled. Like, I ain't nobody and nothing entitled to my energy. Folks don't know me like that. People don't play me close. You understand? So, like I said, that's my thing. I'm always working. That's why when y'all ask me questions, I answer it on autopilot, and you can see I'm busy and I'm very dismissive because I'm not trying to talk to nobody. What's there to talk about, bro? I know what I do for a career. I'm out here working on these blocks, and I got a job to do. I'm out here on serious business. Come on, homie. People know about me, bro. Come on, man. I appreciate anybody who's a fan. I appreciate anybody who shows support. Are they showing support? No. They want to stand in front of me and waste my time, and they're not putting money in my pocket. If you want to stand in front of me and waste my time, next time please pay me. And again, all this makes sense. Every time I talk, folks is in their feelings. I don't understand why. This is official tissue and how business works. And this is a business. I'm here conducting business. I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to play at all. I never am. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a lot of power. I do what I want to do, homie. You feel me? And no one controls me. I have no jurisdiction. I do what I want. So, like I said, that's the thing. Like, I got a lot of power, and you don't see me taking advantage of it. And if I had the money, when I get the money again, if I do, when God give it to me, the first thing I would try to do is help women. That's what's so crazy. These people tried to say this, and they all want to dictate my reputation and talk about me and create some false image of me, but yet you're not even a magazine or the media. And it didn't work. They tried to do the same thing everywhere. They tried to do it on 6th Street and failed. They tried to do it in the bar industry and failed. They tried to do it on the internet and failed. They tried to do it with the music game and failed. Right? That's why it's crazy to me. Oh, now folks want to talk on the internet. and then smirk. What smirk about what? I mean, you smirk when you win. You don't smirk when you're just saying something you know is a lie. That's just downright crazy. That's what they all do, the same thing, because it's called what? Demonic possession. That's what that is. You ain't fooling nobody, sister. And like I said, and all them demons and all them individuals, when I'm around them in front of them, they don't say nothing to me. That's convenient, ain't it? Yeah. Awfully convenient, because you know I have a voice, and yeah, I can talk about any issue publicly. So what's up? I would love to have a conversation with anybody. All these folks that had so much to say on the internet for all these years, right? I would love to have a conversation, but I want a real live interview on camera. That's what I want. Where we got to have the full conversation, right? And I want it to be where, like, you need to, have a seat, and we're going to have the full interview, so that every time you say a lie, I can correct you on what you're talking about. And then what's up? How's that going to look on camera? See, we don't tolerate lies over here at all. That's my deal. I don't know what y'all talking about with this women stuff, because women with me have to deal with me and come correct like everybody. They always have. I ain't never had nobody get a dime out of me, get no money out of me. I ain't never been played. I'm not a simp. I'm not a beta. I ain't none of these things that people were projecting and trying to say ever had anything to do with me. In fact, all my history shows the complete opposite. So I'm a boss, I'm a G, and I'm a gangster, and I'm a thug, right? And I'm what you want to be, little homie, correct? Uh-huh. Got these folks talking, bro, and like I said, literally they wanna talk over here and over here, and you got it's just crazy, man. Like I said, every time folks is saying anything to me or whatever they trying to say or do, they always running every single time. It'd be crazy. I'd just be literally just relaxing, chilling, and like people have so much to say clearly and feel something, but they run in when they say it. I don't get it. Like, whatever you have to say, why didn't you just have a conversation and be direct about it? I don't understand. Like, anyone who's in their feelings, so what? I got folks still want to turn around and look back at me and all, like, bro, I don't know what that is. I don't know where they do that at, but all I'm gonna say is it ain't a good look. I'm real as it gets. So I'm going to say it again. Yeah, I got all the power and I'm real. And guess what? I see all you narcissists. I see you. I see you, Narcy. And let me tell you something. This is going to really get folks in their feelings. You can't trick me off my throne. And we're not the same, because I'm an actual gangster, right? I happen to be the mob, right? But you all are just regular little civilians. So that's the thing people don't get. When civilians talk to me, you a civilian. I don't care what civilians have to say. I just don't. If you support me, awesome. More power to you. And I appreciate it. And I'm totally thankful and grateful. Other than that, anything else that you feel, what does that have to do with me? Feelings are not facts, people. If you're in your feelings because I'm successful, good. Like 50 Cent said, your frown makes me smile. But remember, people, it was all good when they had their convention. When I used to go to school at UTB, when it was called UTB, at the university down here, right? Um, on top of that, I had, let's just put it like this, man. I used to go to college there, right? And I don't know if you remember these times or remember, but I do vividly. And I remember how this is what transpired in a short time. We had that one rapping thing where they had to try to cheat, and I won the whole thing every time, right? And then it was whatever, and we already know, right? And I won completely. And like I said, I was competing in rap with over $250,000, over $300,000 in the bank when everyone else in that building had absolutely nothing. That's number one. So, I mean, I already won the minute I even walked in the building. You understand? I don't have to win anything rapping, and I did. And that's what folks did. Every time they had an event in the Valley, you can ask about the truth. They lied and cheated and said I didn't win when I clearly won. And I'm not joking. It was literally on camera. Okay. And I kept watching it back like, yeah, I won. But the point is, who cares? You know, that's what folks do. They have to be unfair. And that's my deal. I've never been the problem, and I've always been the best on another level. So folks can't even, compete. So they have to lie and cheat. They do the same thing on this network. Like I said, why do you think Rob Rack's little videos that he's putting up aren't videos that make any sense? They're not his videos. So who's telling him to do this? I can tell you right now, bro, look at them subs on Rob Rack's channel, and you tell me that he didn't pay for his subs and doesn't pay for his views, or somebody does. So what do you mean? In fact, I'd go as far as to say the same people who sending him money, which the red triangles have already given public proof of that, and his family, right? They're who paid for the channel, right, to get monetized. Why don't we talk about that? Yeah. So again, I don't even believe that he's making any digital money. And number two, you have to get over $100 every month accrued to even get a paycheck. I did this genuinely. I made a living off of it for going on 3 years now. My 3-year anniversary as the real deal is coming up in just a minute. And I did it genuinely. And you can look at the numbers and see that. And that's why my views correspond with my subscribers. They correspond with what I'm doing. They correspond with everything because they're true and real and totally genuine, and it's real success. Rob Rack, I mean, when did you get all these subs? They're not real. We all know that. So like I said, and you can see YouTube doesn't care. So what's going on, YouTube? When are you going to start paying attention to any of the rules and policies that you say that you enforce? Because they're not being enforced, right? And the problem is, right, Google was already ruled an illegal organization in court. The problem is when a corporation and a company doesn't enforce their rules and policies, what does that become? It becomes an issue. And those matters, right, can result in what? You take matters like that to court. Those become lawsuits, correct? When folks don't do their job and don't do what they're supposed to do, it's always a problem because that's not helping us, the customer or the employee, if you want to call it. I don't work for you. I have the Masons cut my check. I'm independent. I do what I want to do, and I'm building my own media company regardless. I don't need this, and I don't need you. Let me make that very clear. That's the part that people got confused. Okay. So I'm gonna say this again. Nobody controls me. I do what I want to do, and I'm fully independent and uncontrollable. God told me become everything they fear, and that's what I've been doing. And you can see it. I'm the real deal, bro. And I'm as quick as these videos show. Everything. Nothing is sped up. Come on, bro. So, like I said, I mean, Rob Rack didn't do it genuinely. So why did y'all go over there and give him a fake congratulations when he didn't accomplish anything? What do you mean? You don't reward cheating. You don't reward failure. So what are you talking about? See what I'm saying? And any dime that you make off this network, right? That's literally illegal. Did you know that? Yeah, because you didn't earn your channel. You didn't earn your subs. You didn't earn your views. You're not fooling anybody, little homie. That's number one. So, I mean, if you're going to pretend you can compete, at least compete. And like I said, they want to be the man in what? The man of what? A sector that doesn't exist and has no real history, and the history is not a good look. I mean, come on, bro. Meanwhile, like I said, all that sector, all them folks over there, man, I made money off of talking about them and having little back and forth for years because I'm just a boss. I ain't worried about nothing you talking about. Everything I did is genuine. Why aren't you congratulating me? Same folks didn't congratulate me, and I ain't asking. I don't need your validation. I'm glad. Like I said, your frown makes me smile. Straight up. I am progress. Okay. It's not progress because you went and got a coffee from Starbucks. That's not progress. That person, this other individual actually said that. He said, yeah, that's progress. No, it's not. You should really hear yourself. The fact is, man, like it's just common sense, bro. Like it's a rude awakening. It's karma time, and folks really need to, just see what reality is because, I mean, 100%. There needs to be a reality check worldwide, all across the board, and that's what God is bringing right now. Justice, true justice, on a whole nother level beyond your comprehension. I'm watching it. I'm just watching it unfold. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable that people can't think for themselves. It's unbelievable that people just think that they're going to get away with everything they've done here and all this illegal activity. It is unbelievable that they think they're not going to be held accountable for their crimes. But God has already told me word for word, and He's never lied and never been wrong. And we've seen the results, and I've even shown them to you and prove it to you because God proved it for me, right? So there's no question. When God told me directly, nobody got away with anything. What's up now? And they over there panicking, worried about, oh, gee, oh, I told you what God told me. Everything has to do with me in the world. Do you understand that? I'm the center of the universe. I'm the Son of God, the real Messiah. I told you I had to tell an individual that just the other night. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I said, I'm walking karma and I'm the Son of God, honey. You understand? You hear that? And I told you, come on, bro. And we see every time we see what it is. It don't need to be explained. You understand? Folks don't get, I'm walking karma, bro. Anything said to me, anything, any ill will, anything done towards me, anything, God's going to send something back in tenfold, and God ain't playing about me at all. Do you understand that? And it literally, every time I watch it, and it's instant karma. So anybody trying to play games, I mean, you go against me, you go against God, little honey. Yeah, and I run this network, and I'm your boss. Literally, I'm your boss. You answer to me. And that's what they don't seem to understand. Like, brother, you think that folks is going to be able to make digital money and succeed on a platform that I got full control of basically at this point and all the power? Okay, let's see about that. Yeah. Yeah, what's up now? Yeah, exactly, because that's real power. See, I got real power. I don't got to do no talking. I don't got to talk fly. Jive talking. Yeah. I'm the 50 Cent of this game for real. Just like he wants to play games in the music industry and he controls and he can push back release dates for people's mixtapes and they CDs. Yeah, I could do the same thing, little homie. Yeah, you want to bet? I could do the same thing. Actually, see, the thing is, I mean, me, I want to see everyone win, but if folks want to all get on a team and act like, oh, yeah, we're on this, okay, no problem. No, because that ain't competing. You want some jellyfish energy, no problem. Folks want to get on some jellyfish energy, no problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just like 50 Cent said, right? Right? I don't want problems, but what? Come on, homie. Man, folks want to act like they still don't know what it is. Like you still don't know who the king when you know who the king. That's funny to me. You feel me? And it's the same way I'm gonna be in any relationship I get in. See, I do what I want to do. I'm the king. Yeah. See me, I'm the cream of the crop. I don't just got options. I got buku options. You understand? And I already make buku bucks as far as maxing out on this platform. And this is how I created my income. And I just use it as a cover. That's all I do. I use it as a way to paint it and make it look cute. And I tell you what it is right in front of you and it won't change nothing. I make this look cute when I'm the real thing. What do you mean? Folks know exactly what it is with me. Folks know my career. Folks know what I am and who I am and what I do. You understand? And it's absolutely hilarious. It's hilarious that, you got these folks in the public, they that entitled, and you can't support a dude from the community, and all these people want to act like I'm something I'm not. Brother, I'm who built this country. I'm the guy who I am the money. What do you mean? I come from the hood and the suburbs. What are you talking about? I'm the same dude. The same folks that used to go to school with me try to act like I'm something different. What's so different about me? Because I had to be in the hood because nobody cared or helped me? When did I change? What are you talking about? We went to the same schools. We came up in the same environments. We didn't come up the same, but we came up in the same environments at certain points in time. And you go and tell me, oh, now I'm something different. Huh, that's kind of odd, man, because last I checked, the folks that still work in these bars that are, failing and poor and broke and ain't making a dime, they still talking about me all the time. They got to watch me succeed, but they want to take selfies all day and make posts that nobody reads or sees. They all want to be famous. They want to take photos and videos and smile like, I don't know. I mean, like, did somebody lie to you? Did they lie and say, oh, yeah, you should be taking selfies? You're gonna be famous, because they lied to you. Because I'll tell you what, every time I take a selfie, and I don't take selfies because I'm a man, I take videos, right? And every time I take a video of myself, I get paid something for it. Every time. I don't do no free videos no more. There's not no free pictures, there's not no free videos, no free nothing. You see the difference? See, folks wanted my hustle. They wanted to do what I do. I saw them the other day talking about this, because I look on Facebook at everything, and then folks be obvious as hell. And like I said, how you going to sit there and whine and talk about, yeah, I'm so glad that I worked with this team of people? You mean the team that's fully corrupt and I have all the documented evidence for a federal lawsuit? I mean, are you really that proud that you're a part of all this? I mean, what do you mean? And you want to ignore it and just hope it'll go away? I'm the gift that keep on giving, sister. I'm sorry, but what? You're proud to work with people that don't do nothing but be in the same jellyfish energy? I mean, what do you mean? How can you be proud of that? How can you be proud that you just wasted 10 to 16, 20 years and didn't make a dime, and you're still in the same exact boat you were in before? You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the boat that these folks in is unbelievable, but they got something to say. I remember they dropped me off at my hotel when I was working hard as hell over there. And I tell them, yeah, I pay for a hotel every night, every other night. Welcome to how hard it is for a man. You understand? Do you know how much money I could have saved in my life? Do you know how rich I would be if I was a woman? But again, that's what I'm saying. This is how we live. This is what we got to go through. My dad had it hard too. I remember he would talk about it, and he had a hard time all the time too. It's hard in this world for a man. It's actually impossible. And you women don't care. You don't reach out with a helping hand. You don't give me a dime. You don't do nothing. And I never asked, because I'm the only real man who ever existed. See, Rob Rat get his money sent to him by his family and his parents, just like this other little homie out here. They pay his college tuition for every vehicle and everything he do. Me, I don't have no support system. Every dime I ever made, I had to work hard for. You feel me? In cities with nowhere to go, having to live in a shelter when there was no reason, because everybody else had a roof over their head, right? And I had to wake up 6 a.m. and go to work and do temp work just so I could survive and get by while paying off property taxes for a property I never got to live on. That's how we get done. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not complaining, because I'm perfectly okay with it. That's the part you don't get. I don't look at anything the way that you want to look at it, because you're not even being honest about how you're looking at it. Everything worked out for me. I don't know what you're talking about, like I said, and I'm in the perfect situation that I want to be in. I made the right moves for me. So how could anyone comment? I didn't ask for your comment. I didn't ask for your opinion. You're not in a position to tell me anything. What are you talking about? And that's how reality works. That's why we got to stop these chat rooms completely. There's no more chat rooms in anything, because it's giving people it's making them feel like they can pretend jokes are serious, and that they're serious and they have a voice. I got news for you. Nobody has a voice but me. When I talk, it matters. Believe me, everybody listening like right now. And when I talk, it moves mountains and it echoes for all of time. Sneed Enterprises is getting built right in front of you. Like I said, I am the legend. I am the man, the myth, the legend, right? And it ain't no myth, clearly, right? But the whole point is I built an empire here. I'm real. Folks got to listen to me and go relay back to they folks. Yeah, he making moves over there. He's stronger than ever. That's an actual superhero. I can't even imagine the level of the jellyfish energy. I can't even imagine the things that are getting said right now behind my back. Good. I'm telling you, I got folks so much in their feelings, it's unbelievable, on a whole nother level, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every little minute of it. Seriously, I love it. You feel me? We will never be the same. We've never been the same. We're not going to be the same. It'll never change. And like I said, folks can't compete with me, man. I did the impossible in tennis when I was 12 years old. I did the impossible in baseball when I was 12 years old. I did the impossible in basketball when I was 12 years old. I've been a prodigy my entire life. I got strangers. I'm just telling them who I am, introducing myself. I'm going to keep telling you what I am. I'm the real legend. I'm an immortal vampire. And when I tell folks I'm immortal, they all start making faces and got something to say. That's some internet stuff. Because in person, you're going to stand right in front of me and not do that. And you're going to be fake, right? Like all of them are. And you're going to just sit there and say, yeah, you know what? You're right. So that's the thing. If y'all can't even be honest with yourselves and act the same way online that you act in reality, what's the point of conversating with you? Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about all that fake stuff. That's internet stuff. That's what the internet is for people who live in a vibration of fear to get on here and act like something they ain't. Boy, stop it. Absolutely hilarious, man. You can't be serious. Like, yeah, clearly you feel some way. That's why, oh, did he just say he's immortal? Yeah, and it's already been proven. It's on camera. It's not even a big deal for me. That's why. And you know why they feeling so much about it? Because all of them did what? The same actions that all the celebrities did. They're all Masons. They're all part of this satanic demonic system. You understand? Oh, immortality is 100% possible, but you know how it's possible? Through God. That's what folks don't understand. Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff that y'all talk about and entertain, it doesn't even exist. Actually, what exists is what is in consciousness. When you expand your consciousness, you reach new heights. When you expand your consciousness, you're able to obtain more things. You're able to live differently. You're able to move differently. I'm eternal and immortal, brother. I ain't going nowhere at any point in any way, shape, or form. That's what you folks don't understand. I got all the time in the world. I'm in no hurry. It doesn't matter how hard a day is for me because I literally regenerate because of God. God already told the world, he said, I'm going to prove regeneration is possible too with him. It's all being proven in front of your face as we speak. And folks is missing out on it. They're missing biblical history because they want to, like I said, sit there and say, yeah, I was being productive because I went and got my coffee at Starbucks this morning. But oh, nobody's good enough. Well, then, oh, honey, I mean, then you must be on a whole nother level, huh? Right? Just like, can you imagine folks that work on Sixth Street in a bar, okay, and got to dance on top of a bar for years and like beg for money. That's what all of them do, right? And sit there and not make a dime. I don't even know if they make tips. Right? Oh, sorry, that's what they have to actually make a living off of is tips. I don't think they make much of a wage. It's like so see how different the spectrum is when you get the real story and ask me the truth. Do you know how much gossip is on Sixth Street and how much gossip is on these Facebook groups and these Discord chats? You know that the feds and FBI have to investigate, or the CIA, or all of them have to investigate these matters, right? Because of the federal lawsuit I'm putting together and all the evidence I brought forth publicly. Everything I state, I can guarantee you that the FBI, feds, and CIA have to look into it at some point. So they're investigating, so they're going to figure out if they do their job correctly about these Discord servers everywhere. Because there's a lot of folks in Discord servers, and they weren't just talking about me. Their actions are clear and their intent is clear, and it's illegal as it gets. So the minute that they find those servers, well, that's court evidence. See, that's the thing. Folks have been doing something that's illegal this entire time, and that's the thing. I've never felt any way about it. I've never felt angry, mad. I'm just a normal human being. I mean, I think that it's normal to feel some way. It's a very weird thing to do. But my whole deal is I just don't I don't want to see, illegal activity done in front of me. Like I'm righteous. I'm incorruptible, right? And that's my only thing. I'm like, nah, like I'm just seeing all these crimes being committed and nobody doing their job or doing anything about it. That's why, like I said, we need a Batman. I heard with the Epstein files, they're saying, oh, we don't have enough evidence. What do you mean? That is the evidence. And I thought it was going to be doctored even more so than what I'm hearing. I mean, what do you mean? Like, no, you have to hold folks accountable. What do you mean? Like, and what you don't seem to get is like Americans are going to stand up regardless. You understand? That's the thing. Like, God is going to bring accountability no matter what. That's exactly what's happening right now. So all these little sectors and all this criminal activity and illegal activity they keep doing on camera and have been doing, and most of them can't even stop, right? Yeah, they can't even stop. They don't have any concept of reality, right? And that's the point. Like when you're dealing with folks that can't stop, that's just crazy to me. I don't know what that is. That's some new generation stuff. And then they act like they're tough for it. Like that's not a tough thing to do. Like tough people don't even, and it's crazy because in reality, they don't move around like that. All of them act like something they're not on the internet. That's what's so crazy to me. Like on the internet, they want to act like they can't stop. But in reality, they're not doing any of that. Isn't that crazy? like like give it a break for one day, bro. Like just be yourself. Like what? That's my whole thing. Like, bro, like in reality, I've never seen that energy ever from anyone. The same folks that have these fake energies online, when I see them in person, they nothing but nice, bro. All of them. It's super fake every time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Some internet stuff, man. I don't worry about no internet stuff. I'm telling you the truth. Folks in their feelings. Folks know what I'm doing, and I've accomplished a whole lot. I'm a monster. Okay. So it's like, let folks do what they do, homie. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Real talk. And like I said, like all I need is a little bit of money and change, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna get these bikes fixed. I'm gonna get that bat cycle fixed if I can. I'm gonna get everything going and I'm gonna get new stuff. Electric scooters, electric bicycles, everything brand new. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to learn how to build my own bat pods and tanks and tumblers. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do because folks don't get that's about the last step that I'm going to need and then the money. And if I get the money, then I really can learn it. So the last step is the money because it'll answer everything with that because I already have it on my mind because God put it on my mind. So I already have the desire and ambition and drive to learn it and do it so that I can just be working on projects and building myself, doing the mechanical engineering myself or having a team do it for me. But to the point that I know and can create the blueprints, I have to learn all these different systems where I can learn and do everything. I'm operating at a level that the world has never seen. The CIA, feds, and FBI, I guarantee you, are paying attention to me in a good way because they're like, he's the anomaly, right? And this is my actual real reality in my real life is that I'm the anomaly and the government knows of me. Trust me, they know about me and they're watching and paying attention. I heard there was a thing going on between organizations actually over me. Like God never lies to me. I 100% believe it. It makes sense because they're sitting there trying to figure out, like, everybody wants me basically just like all the women want me. God already alerted me and told me of that. You understand? So that's my point. Like, brother, I'm Gucci, man. I'm doing all right. I'm doing well. You know what I mean? I don't know about you folks. If you still working in the bar industry and that's what you do, y'all take fake pictures and talk about, I'm so glad that I wasted 10 years. I wasted 10 years in a marriage that was, sucked and I didn't believe in, right? And I wasn't even loyal to. Wasted 10 years and in a bar making, diddly squat for money and not building a future. Man, I bet everybody's real proud of you. I bet you real proud, huh? Yeah. How about somebody give you a reality check and tell you how the real world works? I'm so happy I wasted 10 years on a downtrodden bar environment. That's serious to you? That's what they act like. They act like it's an opportunity to work in these places. Brother, when I worked at these places, I didn't want to work there. I only worked there so I could pay off my property taxes. I went and sold it for 100,000. And then everybody wanted to talk behind my back when I was gone. Every time I show up and come back, they act different in front of my face. That's what they do. And they have to make up lies. Oh, well, this and that, so that I could lose my job. That's called wrongful what? Yeah, every single instance like that, that's going in the lawsuit. Those are separate lawsuits. I'm going to win all of them. Yeah, what happened with me was total unfairness. It's been unfair my entire life because I shine and I'm just better. So that's a compliment. So that's why I know whenever anybody says anything to me, There's no reason to react or respond or even care because, well, you're talking backwards and you're really just expressing the fact that it's nothing but the same jellyfish energy. Yep. And that's the world we live in, and that's reality every day, sister. It'll never change. I'm always the top and at the cream of the crop. I'm always at the top, and I am the cream of the crop. And I've always been this, and I always will be. So, like I said, nobody's near me, nobody's close to me. What do you mean? This is all real. No, all these other folks are who's operating off their ego. I let go of my ego a long time ago. That's how I became limitless. Everything I say is a documented fact that can't be refuted. And like I said, that's the thing. Like people are very, very in their feelings over my glow and my light. You should be, because it all come from God. It's 100% real. See, that's the thing. These folks they in their feelings, so they get online and they want other folks to be in their feelings because they are. I don't. I get online, I just talk about my real life and reality, and all of a sudden I affect everything coast to coast and have everybody in their feels without trying. This is who I am. There ain't no gimmick here, ain't nothing fake. This is my reality and my life and what it is. So you're gonna have to accept it, aren't you? I thought that was the funniest thing. Yeah, I'm so glad I wasted 10 years in a bar that's involved in a federal lawsuit because of all the illegal activity they're doing, and they have gang connections. And I know too much and know everything. And it's in the readings right now, God speaking directly to me and you, that they are concerned and worried because they know that I know too much. I'm gonna end up owning every single building on 6th Street and every single bar. Not one individual out there is a bar owner. You own a name of a bar. You do not own the building, so you are not a bar owner. That's number one, and that's a concrete documented fact. I will end up owning all of 6th Street. I plan to buy and purchase every single building there, like I said. So what are you talking about? Like, brother, y'all don't get it, bro. Like I told, like that's the thing. Folks went out their way, you know what I mean, to pretend like this and whatever. That's fine, bro. What you got to understand is, like I said, we all we all heard about Bob Woody, right? Like I said, Bob Woody, right? All that stuff is like I said, it's borrowed, it's rented. He doesn't own any of it. It's the same Mason stuff. It's just a position, right? And it's all the same stuff. And you can tell by looking at him, you can see what it is. And my point is, like, no, I'm going to end up owning all of 6th Street and Bob, all of 6th Street. I'm going to own every building, right? So what do you mean? What are you talking about? I can guarantee you. And when I get to this position and with how high that God is going to exalt me truly, I bet you anything Bob Woody will be having to come to me to ask me for a job. I got news for you, buddy. Bob Woody doesn't run anything on 6th Street. Tyree Sneed runs 6th Street. And no, I'm not joking. You understand? And that's the thing. These folks don't get it, man. Like, bro, had there been one adjustment and had this stock like capitalized and even gone up, like, I mean, I would have already had the money to do all this. Like, I've been planning and making investments and trying to figure out how to get this dough. Like, I already know my plan. Like, no, I want to buy and own every building on 6th Street, and I'll expand. I'll own every building on Congress. I want all of it. Austin is mine. You understand? And that's the point. Like, I think I'm going to end up building Sneed Enterprises in one of these cities. I just don't really value Austin. Like, it's like this, bro. It's like having a Honda Accord compared to a Lamborghini. I'd rather go be the man in Boston and New York than worry about the valley. If people feel some way about that, that's cool. I could care less because, I mean, can you not see that my mentality makes sense? Maybe that shows my point and proves my point, right? Because you'd have to be sheltered, completely to not understand that there's a world outside of the valley. And I'm not saying anything but the truth that I want to expand outside the valley. Like I said, I love the valley. I love everybody in the valley. Got nothing but love. I'm not saying it for any other reason than it's truly how I feel, because I clearly am a gangster and run the street, so there's no fear, right? So what do you mean? I'm speaking facts, and people in the valley should feel the same way. Like make the most of things, like leave the valley. Like the real folks know there's a whole world out there. It ain't the valley. So I'm just saying, I want to be successful in the man in like Boston and New York. You know, I'm already the man in the valley. I want to expand. That's being ambitious. That's the way you're supposed to be. And maybe that's the difference between you and me because of how we were raised. Because my father was a UT graduate lawyer and we traveled. Okay. And he had me in the ghetto and the hood around all the real ones. And that's why I became a real one because I grew up with them. They raised me. That's why I emulate the behaviors and everything. That's why when I walk with a limp. Real talk. The dudes that raised me, I mean, my father raised me, but the dudes I was grew up around, they'd be on that basketball court. Like I said, I mean, I saw all sorts of crazy stuff, homie. You understand? Like as a kid, I saw all sorts of crazy stuff right there in Austin. And we went all over the map. My dad had me playing basketball against, with grown men in Mississippi. There's a woman I talk to right now from Mississippi. Y'all don't know that, right? And I told her that. I was like, yeah, my dad had me out there playing street ball with, grown men, grown folks, one on one while he had the Cadillac park right there. My dad was a real dude, bro. He wasn't scared to go to nowhere. I don't, it even trips me out thinking about it, but I mean, it makes sense because he's just like me, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the world is mine. Homie, I could move to Los Angeles and go to the toughest ghetto and still make it and be low key and not tell people who I am and nobody would know I'm famous. Folks don't get, I'm going off grid like God told me, but what people don't get, when I get money, it makes it even worse because I'm so gangster with it. I can go to any hood. I can go to any hood and literally recruit all the gangsters. I'm talking about real gangsters. What I mean by gangsters, I mean you got to understand and understand what gangster is, right? But it's a mentality and it's a way of life and it's a walk. You understand? And you can tell by someone's demeanor who's real and who ain't and who not and who can hold their own. And my point is that's me. That's what I come from, right? You don't get those are the folks I go party with. Like I was in College Station. When I was in College Station, I had over $250,000 in the bank driving my Porsche around paid for cash. I was hanging out and spending time with gangsters. We went out to the real ghetto clubs in the hood. I went to the Yo Gotti concert and went in there and was the only, one like me in there. And homie walks up to me and said, "Man, you must have some soul if you up in here." Said, "Yep." And I was in the middle of the dance floor. Middle of the dance floor, little old me. Yeah, in the middle of the dance floor, looking at Yo Gotti with a cat with a beanie that said, "You know what, Illuminati." Real talk. Yeah. I had the same beanie at the DMX concert in Far Texas down here too, and DMX saw it too, and I think he was just looking at it like, "What the hell?" My point was, I was right in front of DMX, but my point is, Yo Gotti was right there in front of me doing his little thing, and I got my artists because I'm, trying to build a record label, and they were part of whatever crew they were from, and they were bringing me drinks. Like folks, that's what's weird to me. Like folks want to talk about this internet stuff, but you don't get me. I can literally just go off grid anytime I want because I could just fall back and go into any hood and ghetto, and you won't have a clue where I'm in. You won't know where I'm staying, who I'm talking to. You won't know nothing about me. And I don't have to tell folks in any hood or ghetto, yeah, my name's Tyree Sneed. I do radio for a living. I'm famous. I'm the real deal. I'm the depiction. I ain't got to tell them all that. I could just show up to any hood and ghetto and act like I'm broke and poor. You understand how powerful that makes me? It's what I keep telling you. Just like I keep telling you about these shelters. I go into a shelter, folks don't know how much money I got. You know how much power I got now? Because I'm that real. That's scary, bro. I mean, sir, that's literally scary. That's scary. That's a scary level of power, homie. A dude with no limits that really doesn't have fear. It's not that I don't have it, but I don't operate off fear. I run off a different programming. I live in a vibration of love. It's different. Oh, I go through things. If I went to the hood, I know what I'm walking into. I know anything can happen. I don't care. I don't care about the things you care about. I don't look at it the way you look at it. Even when I have everything going for me, I act like I have nothing to lose. It's a philosophy. There's a method to my madness. This is why I keep winning like what they teach with Sun Tzu, the art of you know what. That's what my whole life has been. I'm an expert at it. That's why I'm the reincarnated game master. So y'all don't get that it's different, because the first thing when I get my money, I'm going to the hood. I already know, not maybe not the first thing, but I got to come through the hoods, because that's where all the homies at and the real gangsters. And I got to get them on my side. I'm the president of the streets. I got to make sure I got the streets right with me. See, y'all keep acting and thinking Batman going to be alone. I'm not going to be alone, homie. I'm about to have armies working for me. Yeah. That's why you got Groovy Jimmy, the fake Crip, over there talking that fake stuff, pretending he me. That's what they do. They all copy my rhetoric. Rob Rack does it too. Fast. That's what he said. He said, I got soldiers. You got something. I don't. You don't have soldiers. I don't know. You got a lot of problems. I'll tell you that. You got issues and not enough tissues. What you need is a Kleenex box. But that's the thing they don't get. Like, I come from the ghetto in the hood for real, and I move around like Young Buck. Straight up. That's all I used to do when I was younger. Listen to Young Buck and drive around, on some crazy nonsense. And I was really on it though. That's what I was doing in Albany, New York City. When I told you I ran all them corners, told you what I used to do in Atlanta. I was the real deal, bro. That's what folks don't get. You don't even know the positions I've been in. Half the stuff and the positions I've been in, I can't talk to you about and can't tell you about. That's how rough my background is, and I didn't know any better because I was young. That's the difference. I'm lucky. I'm not just lucky, I'm blessed by God. My story is real. It's not fabricated like all these other little homies. So that's the point. Now, I came up hard, and I'm the real deal. And I came up hard even in suburban environments. It doesn't mean it's easy. It was hard then. Okay. Everywhere is hard. It's life. Life is tough. Life is hard. You know what I mean? And you got to be strong enough to keep getting back up. That's what matters. I'm just a real human being, man. I'm not exempt from anything. I go through things all the time. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So that's my point. Like, this is the only way to live, man. I truly feel like that. Without fear, overcome your fears. You know what I mean? Like the ones that make sense, though. You know what I mean? Like, overcome your fears. Real talk, and stand up and be about your business and stand on business. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's what you don't get. Like, nah, brother, I can literally go anywhere, go to any hood, and a lot of the knowledge is in the hood. And the minute I start talking to them, they're going to feel where I'm coming from. I mean, I could go to a random hood and ghetto. I already know. If I was driving, if I get back driving, I could show up in any ghetto and hood. And if I stopped and talked to someone and had a real conversation, they'd probably be like, you know what, bro, just come on in, man. They'd probably be like, I got a couch right there, bro. You can stay on the couch if you want. Because people will feel me so heavily because of what I'm doing and what I'm kicking and what I'm talking about. When they hear me talk, they're like, yeah, he's a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, we're on the same vibe. Like, we understand each other. You know what I mean? We understand who the enemy is. Like, I stand up to the establishment for, like, this is a way of life. Like, I'm the real deal. I'm the general and the leader. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just trying to tell you, man, y'all don't understand, bro. I'm going to be in all these different hoods and ghettos, literally, that most folks can't even go to. And I'm going to be on blocks most folks won't walk down. They won't walk down the streets that I go to. I'm telling you the truth. So that's the thing. Like, how are folks going to ever know my whereabouts? God already told me I'm going off grid. You have any idea how much power I have now? That's why I kept working on this project. See, it was the thing. Like, when I was in the shelters, I was always productive, but it was a different kind of productive, and it was necessary and it was needed at that point in my life. But this is a whole different level of production. And that's why I appreciate it and I understand it, because when I was in that environment, this is what I wanted. And now I got it. You know what I mean? So, and I really had it the entire time. But my point was, I was, moving around because whatever people were lying or making up nonsense or whatever, it worked out to my benefit, and it taught me a lot and it made me stronger. They literally said that my past relationships, the hardest ones, are what unlocked my gifts. Thank you. See, that's what folks don't get. Folks think they doing something, they on something, man. You ain't doing nothing but a favor. You ain't doing me nothing but a favor. All you did was give me what I want, just like I told you. All y'all do is give me what I want. That's why it's so funny because they really believe they accomplishing something. What do I look held back? All this equity got folks still handing me a little bit of cash here and there. I mean, I live off the strength of God. Like, you know what I mean? Real talk. He produces my budget. Like, you can't be serious, man. I mean, like I said, like a man gave me $5 today. The other day, another man gave me $5. Like, yeah, I have to spend this money. Don't get me wrong. I got stuff I got to pay for and get every day. I'm just surviving, and they know it. Like, I got people that try to step up and do a little something for me. Like, folks want to see me be okay out here. That's a big deal for me. That means a lot to me because I never had that. You know what I mean? And they can just see, like, yeah, he's been through hell and like he's got it hard. Like, I want to help him. And that's the part I appreciate. It's been several different folks. And like I said, the valley's embraced me and I embrace the valley. And I'm here to protect the people in the valley, and I always will. You know what I mean? It wasn't based off of what they did for me. It was just the fact that they cared. It was just the fact that they were nice to me. That was all I needed. That was more than enough for me. So I'm gonna do me regardless. You know what I mean? And like I said, I mean, I'm kind of from here, like really from here. You know what I mean? So, like I said, like, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing if I go to any hood or ghetto or the suburbs. It's gonna be the same type of environment. It's just different people. It'll be a different environment, but I can blend in everywhere. I can talk to anybody. I can get along with pretty much anybody. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, man, I see all sorts of different individuals, and I just say hi and be nice. And the biggest thing I've learned, man, is that, when you treat people with kindness, 9 times out of 10, they'll treat you with kindness back. When people come around, if you just be nice, it goes a long way, bro. You know what I mean? It's not about anything else, like it really isn't. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And that's coming from a gangster. So if that don't make sense, then I don't know what does. You know what I mean? Because I don't, it's common sense. I ain't got to spell it out or explain it. But my point is, I'm gonna get going, but it just is what it is, man. Like I said, that's all I'm telling you. Like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna be utilizing every resource I can. If God gives me millions of dollars, boy, I'm gonna utilize them resources. I'm just telling you, like I said, nobody's gonna know what I have. They're not gonna know what kind of money I'm holding or money I have. So why would I not go in the hood? Why would I not go to the shelters? Like, do you understand? I could probably walk in a hood. If I got millions of dollars, I could walk into any hood, ghetto, or suburbs. I could go anywhere. I could go in these small little college towns, anywhere. And I could just literally talk to someone and be like, yo, listen, I'll just pay you rent. They'd be like, what? I'll pay you rent. I want to move in. They're going to be like, what made you ask that? I have a lot of money. I want to move in. This is what I do for a living, and I just need to be in this location. Can I, do you have a spot where I can stay? I just need the basics. And I won't even say I got a lot of money. See, that's the thing. I won't let that cat out the bag. That's my point though. Like, do you understand? They're not even going to ask me like that. They're going to be like, sure, no problem. I mean, if you paying, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, bro. I'm going to be able to get a spot anywhere I want and build a life anywhere. And that's what God told me was one of his gifts to me. That's the point. Then I just move in, get me a spot, give me my own room. That's all I really need, my own room. And I want to be in a safe environment. And I'm used to environments that aren't safe. And I mean, you know what I do for a career and how I am. So I really ain't worried about nothing, no matter where I'm at. See, my point is about staying out of trouble. I don't look at things the way other people do. I don't fear nothing and nobody. I'm about keeping me out of trouble. Sure. You see, so if you don't enter the situation or the equation, then you ain't got to worry about anything that can result from it. That's game. That's being smart for real. You know what I mean? That's thinking on a different level and thinking ahead of the game. But my whole point is, that's what folks don't get. Homie, I come from the real hood in the ghetto, bro. Like I said, I was out there in Bankhead in Atlanta, the boss. You understand? We're not the same. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got love for everybody here. I got love for the people that are my fans, for the people even that want to stand around me or be around me. I got nothing but love for. I'm just saying my demeanor is I'm very busy. I'm working. You know what I mean? If you see me on my phone, I'm working. I'm not I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm not acting anyway. I'm just busy. I'm doing a lot. I'm working 24 hours a day. And that be the hardest part right now. People think that I'm on some other kind of energy. I'm not, bro. I'm busy. I'm always working. I have a lot to do. I have a great, career that I've created and built myself. It's very unique and it's independent and it's what I love to do. And I don't care that it doesn't pay much. It's what I love to do. And it has accomplished so much and it gets so much progress done that doesn't have to do with money, but has to do with saving lives. And, like I said, the crime rate's lowered and it fixes these communities and helps people. That is so much bigger than talking about how much money I make. That's what folks don't get. I always look for a way to supersede and not supersede, but to transcend money. Money doesn't limit me or control me. You understand? I'm an activist. This is what I do. I help people. And I go through the same things that they go through, and I walk the same walk and struggle with them. So I'd be right by their side the whole time. And, it speaks for itself because then they look at me as one of them because I am one of them. Because I'm out here for real. You see my point? That's why people love me in the valley. That's why people respect me. And for me, I've noticed that, the more that God's worked on me, the more I change and the more I change for the better and the more loving I get and, kind of open arms and I'm not upset. I'm not holding on to anything. I don't feel any way. The nicer I am and the better person I become and the more grateful and just everything God is creating and working on with me, the more that I notice people have love for me, the more I notice that people will want to do for me and help me. And that's the lesson that I learned. And that's something that I want to share with the world. And I hope somebody out there hears me because I think that's one of the greatest gifts that I could give you and that God gave me and would give any of you. That's the truth. But that's why I don't want to be around any other energies because I'm working on me. God is working on me. You really want to get rich, man, help people. You really want to get rich, do it without trying to get rich. See, if you just give and help people without expecting anything back with pure intentions and be genuine, you good. That's why I don't respect when these folks be like, "Oh, I'm buying you this." I respect the people helping me. I'm talking about this other homie that, I felt like he was trying to, like buy his way into heaven or something. And like I said, you see me keep on bringing the facts concerning him because I'm not going to sit here and be silent because, oh, you bought me a couple of things or paid for something. That ain't how it works, homie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm going to keep calling it out because I still feel like it's disingenuous and I feel like it's trying to prove a point to yourself that's not there and doesn't exist. And I'm just saying, when you got folks that can't sit still for 2 seconds, that's demonic possession. You ain't got no business talking to me about God. Like the words coming out of your mouth don't match what you claim to believe and what you claim to be on. I ain't hearing it, bro. People who believe in God, they're not spacing out right in front of you talking about, yeah, I'm in the spirit. It's called walking in the spirit, first of all. And second of all, if you're walking in the spirit, you're completely coherent and you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, everything, in that energy, you can see how it falls apart. That's why folks is running around the same individuals. That's why they running around. You see what's happening. They back and forth to jail and prison. They getting locked up. They catching DUIs, DWIs, whatever. Like, and that's the thing too, man. Driving in this country is everything I said it was, and it gets proven more every day. Okay, they're saying that there's DUIs and DWIs going on right now all over the country. There's a video out right now. I didn't watch it, but I saw the title that they're saying even when they're sober that they're getting these charges. So, everything I said, yeah, driving's so great, right? You got to pay for car insurance, all that, man. I don't want to drive at all. I want to be in a city where I can ride my little motorcycle and bat pod, just like in all the depictions, and just get around real quick and be able to utilize the transportation systems. Like I'm not trying to drive all over the place. See, that's why when people talk about like road trips, I get real nervous because I just don't trust it. I don't trust cars anymore. I don't trust vehicles. I've been in too much stuff concerning them. I just don't trust it in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? And I'd rather get on a bus any day than a vehicle. And that's my deal. If someone came into my life and had a bunch of money, we still doing things my way, and that's the way I want to travel, at least to start. You know what I mean? I'm not against driving. I'll do it if I have to, and I'll help someone. But I'll do what we need to do the right way. But I'm just saying, when we first start, yeah, I'm getting on a bus. I trust a bus over a car or vehicle any day. Real talk. And I enjoy the scenery and the road trip along the way, so it's fun for me. So, like I said, man, people just don't get it. Like, you don't get it. I'm a chameleon, man. I'm really the real deal, bro. I can blend in anywhere. Folks won't have a clue what I'm doing, where I'm at, how I'm moving. You ain't gonna have a clue, man. And I'm gonna be literally running this Batman project, and I can do it from any hood, any ghetto, any suburb, anywhere. That's what I want to do. I want to move to these different towns. I want to go to college towns and stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to go to college towns and blend in because I can, right? And I can dress differently, right? And that's what folks don't get. I can go out to Puerto Rico if I want. I go anywhere, okay? And I can literally do what I need to do, right? And I can run this Batman project in any city or state. I just need the money. Okay. And you got to understand that's what I'd be doing. I'd be working at night, probably mostly, and I'd be working whenever, right? I mean, even during the day, I'd be working. And my point is, other than that, what I would be also be doing is working on making connections with people and networking. And that's kind of what I'm doing already. God has already built the lifestyle that I'm going to live. Okay. That's what you don't get. And that's all I want to do. That, invest, and work on the Batman project. I'm going on 3 years. My goal is to get to 10 years in full, and I want them to be in a different city and state. I really want them to be where I travel and do it all over the nation. And I really want it to be a separate 10 years. That's what my goal is right now. I want to get where I'm having a toast, right, in some great restaurant bar, and some guys telling me, just like the depiction, 10 to 10 years. That's my goal. For anyone who doesn't know, I don't have any other goal. I'm not really worried about how much money I got, not worried about how much money I make or got at that point. I just want to have a toast where some random man tells me if I'm working with them or whatever, and they say to 10 years. Okay. I want 10 years, kind of like, I don't know if they call it, I'll just put it like that. I want 10 years of experience doing the real thing at that level, at the highest level. I'm already operating at the highest level I can. But what I'm saying is where I'm actually working with folks and helping. Okay. And I have a direct link and connection to be able to work with them. That's what I want. And I'm talking about when I can do that and have a toast to 10 years, that's going to be a lot of different experiences in 10 years. Some good, some bad, some crazy, some insane. But it's going to be real interesting. I'm telling you, if y'all are looking to watch something, this channel, if I get this money, when I get this money, this channel is going to be so hard to not watch. Okay. Because what I'm doing is so real and on another level of exciting. You've never seen anything like what I'm about to do. You haven't seen nothing yet. Okay. If I get the money, then I can really, really show what I'm doing and what's going on. And I can show it in a different place like New York City, Harlem, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Coney Island, all them places. Okay. You have no idea, bro. Okay. You're talking about the real deal in the street, actively doing what he needs to do. Okay. You're talking about camera angles. You're talking about GoPros. Y'all, we've got people that film for a living. If I got money, I can literally have them be my film crew. They can follow me around if they can keep up with a camera or try their best. Do you understand what's like? Bro, it's gonna be crazy, man. I was thinking about that too. Almost, I was like, because I know it said a trip is gonna be a catalyst to everything. Like, is God gonna send me on some kind of like tour bus or a tour or something? I don't know if I'd really like that or be a fan of that. I don't like any situation where I don't just have my own money, but we'll see. I think God gonna get me right. I think He's gonna give me the money. I just think it's gonna take a little bit more time, and I think He's just getting me ready, and that's it. And that's what I see. So I'm gonna keep working. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. But yeah, like I said, man, the world ain't ready for Batman. It's just that simple, bro. This is all 100% real, and that's my point. Like, I'm extremely ambitious. I'm trying to expand. I'm not near satisfied. I'm trying to expand all the time. Everything I'm doing is about expanding, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Courage and conviction go a long way. So does bravery and just ambition and just believing in yourself. So I hope folks learn something from me, man. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Keep it real. Like I said, we out here winning, bro. Oh, and I'm already up over 75 bucks. I only need like 25 bucks for that next check. And then that'll get printed what? January, February, March. March 21st to 26th will be the next check. Because I'm going to get over the $100 threshold before the end of the month. This is a short month. It's only like 28 days, and I'm going to still get over it. Watch. And the point is, like, I mean, I have to, really. I have no other option. I kind of have to at this point. But, and that's the thing. Like, brother, I already got like, what, like 95 bucks invested. For me, that's good. You know what I mean? I don't got nothing to explain. People know what it is. People know where I'm at. People know my situation is different. People know my situation, but like, it's different for me. That's amazing for me right now. And that's the thing. Like, I'm feeling better about it, because if I can move at a fast, quick pace and pick this up a notch, like I'm trying to do, boy, you have no idea, man. I mean, I can get where I have over $1,000 invested, and that's the first goal right now. And then, just keep going and stack me up a couple of bands, and then I can make the first move if I have to Austin. I can struggle over there like I have 8 million times. It ain't nothing new. And now I'm coming back fresh and, on a different perspective, and I'm not going to pay attention to all that nonsense. That's what folks do. Everybody is in their feelings and like they want to say something, but you know what it is with me, man. You know what I mean? So it's like different, because folks don't really be saying nothing to me. Honestly, they don't. You know what I mean? It's all super nice. Oh, hello, Tyree. How are you today? Oh, Mr. Sneed, I was on my 8 million troll accounts yesterday, but today I'm going to act differently because, well, you're in front of me. That's right. Feel me? So, like I said, let them do what they do, man. We gonna keep on winning, and it's just that simple. I ain't even worried about it. You feel me? But like I said, I mean, I just know what we're doing, and that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, bro, I get over a G. Good luck. At that point, it's pretty much a wrap. Straight up, if I can get over a G invested, that's why I need everyone in the valley to support me. Do you see me? Hand me some money, please, whatever. Because even with the cash, any cash I'm getting, that's what I'm trying to do. Is like, what I'm trying to do is like, if folks give me cash, right, then I'm looking at it like, how much money do I have? Because it ain't much right now at all. It's barely anything. But like, do I have enough where I can just at least get the phone bill paid? And then that way, if I have extra, or if I can go make a deposit, if I get enough cash, can I make another investment of like $10, 20, 25 bucks? And then I'm building like that progressively. I just started. You get what I'm saying? So that way I can get in a flow, and I can start, every check I get, I just put a little bit to the side and invest it. That's my goal. Even though it takes forever for the checks and they're not that huge, they're pretty small right now. And, it's just, we see what it is, man. Like I said, the whole thing's been unfair, but I mean, we got to keep pressing forward and do the best we can no matter what. So my point is, we just going to keep pressing forward and moving forward, and we going to make it happen regardless. I'm gonna find a way like God told me, and that's my thing. Like, brother, if I get over a band, good luck, because I can just keep going until I get a couple more, right? I don't think I'm gonna have to do that. I think God's gonna move me and give me all the money. I truly do. But my point is, I could do it like that, and I could get, the thousands of dollars together, and then I could start with the move to Austin, and I could start operating in Austin, or trying to, and figuring out how I can, right? And not waste my money, figure out a situation where I can save. That's what folks don't get is, it's crazy to me. Nobody's done me any favors, man. Like I said, nobody's helped. Like in Austin, like I said, if anybody's real out there, if you got a couch or a room that you would let me just stay in, that's all I need. Like, and let me run my business and build this up. And then, like, I don't mind contributing, helping, or whatever, but like, it takes time. You got to give me a minute to build what I'm building first, and to find work. Like, give me at least like a month free or something. That's common sense. That's just normalcy. What are you talking about? People want to act like that's out of the question. That's Southern hospitality. That's the way it works down here. What are you talking about? So, clearly, folks is not from the South. That much is clear. Like, yeah, like, give me a couple of months or some time so I can build the business. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I work on top of that, that's what I'm saying. That's all I need. The minute I start working somewhere, if I could get somewhere and actually have consistency and get in a groove, and I don't got to be telling people where I work at, and I don't have all these spies and agents coming around, because that's been the problem. right? Like that's the thing. That's why it's not really going to work in Austin. I already know. I want to go to somewhere new. Like I'll go to like Denver, Colorado, where Daniel Larson was at, or something. Like real talk. I'll make a move like that. If I get my money, I might be going to Denver. I won't tell you all. You won't have a clue. I won't bring it up to none of you. Real talk. Yeah, I've already been looking at Denver. I'm like, man, it looks pretty chill out there. I might go out there. Matter of fact, I know a dude who's got a studio out there too, and he'll let me come through for real and work on music. So then I'd have a producer. Then I can put him on to what I'm doing with this and promote and market him. Do you understand? He gets tons of beats, bro. I have access to everything. I'd be able to rap all day. I could get rappers, put them under my record label, probably go into business with them. I just need the money. I have so many situations just waiting on me, bro. People waiting on me for different situations, different things, and I'm networking, creating connections every day. That's why, like, it's hard for me to do anything else because I'm always working. Like everything, I'm so ambitious at this point, and everything is putting itself together slowly but surely. It's just crazy, man. I got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna get going. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. I appreciate you listening to me. Thank you. It's nothing but love, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, man. Be easy. Easy money.